Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fallout Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though.
Let's Talk About the Music is wanting your sponsorship to help support local independent music and musicians worldwide. We have different levels of sponsorship for everyone, including up-and-coming bands and musicians, to give a little more boost to your promotions. Let's Talk About the Music is also looking to podcast live from your music-related special events, shows, and venues. For more information, go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Coming up on next Wednesday, August 17th, episode 33. We don't just have one, but we have two musicians back to back. We start the show out with our very first rap artist from New York City, Classic. And then we go to California at 10 p.m. with Sexy Dollhouse Christine Faulkner. Its show starts at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so check your time zone. Right here on Let's Talk About the Music. Talk to you then.
Let's Talk About the Music is welcoming back Maximus on August 24th at 8 o'clock, which is also Shell's birthday celebration show. Maximus has some really cool news to share with us, so listen in. Only on Let's Talk About the Music, starting at 8 o'clock, August 24th.
And there you go. We got upcoming shows coming up. By the way, I'm Shells. He's Spider. Been talking to Johnny Reed. And upcoming shows next week on Wednesday, we not have one, but got two musicians coming on board. We got
double
Classic.
the fun, double the duty.
That's right. We have Classic. He is an 18-year-old out there in New York City. And also right, with all the other musicians we've been having out there in New York. He's 18. He graduated from high school. He's a very, very talented musician, and I am so very proud. And he's also a black man in the music industry, so we're going to get the down dirty on his aspect on the music industry. And being a young man could be a very interesting topic. And then right after that, we have Christine Faulkner out there in California. She's going to get some juicy details in the music industry. Because I asked her, you have any juicy details? She was like, oh, I got a lot of stuff. I'm like, so, it's going to be awesome. And then August 24th is my birthday show. I'm turning a year younger. Ha! And so we got Maxim coming on. They got only 2 songs, but Blackie told me some stuff that they're working on, so I can't tell you what it is. You guys should turn up on August 24th and celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And then August 31st, there is absolutely no shows because I'll be in Fairy World. I'll be heading down there the very, very next morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, heading down there because I got to be there to help set up the front gate. So that's why. So then we'll come back on September 7th with Rebel Man. They're teenager brothers from not California. Sorry, wrong state. From Chicago. So upcoming shows. There you go. Awesome.
Awesome.
And of course, don't forget Midday Music Break that I do Mondays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then our autoplay too. And we're going to figure out what's our next spotlight show going to be. It's going to be Michael Jackson, so we're figuring out what date we're going to have that. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later.
Also, bear in mind something, I'm not going to get into the details right here, but for tribute and cover bands who want to be part of the Spotlight shows. We have a bunch of legal stuff that we have to go over with you to make sure everything's all above board and nobody gets sued and things like that, all kinds of copyright stuff. So if you're interested in being on that show and you are a cover or tribute band, contact us very much in advance so we can go over all that stuff, make sure everything's good, and not have to freak out later.
Yes, because, we're getting into the streaming license stuff, and so
we're not going to get too big into that show because we don't want to get bogged down. But like I said, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, contact us. We'll go over everything. We've done our homework. We know what's entailed, and we can make sure everything's good. So, definitely let us know where you stand, and we'll go over some stuff with you.
Yep. All right, so Johnny Reed, now we're going to turn the tables around. You can ask us questions, and we'll answer. We're on the hot seat
now.
Okay, great. I like this advantage now.
Oh, boy.
Okay, let's see. Now, I know, Shells, you're a pixie. But Spider, I really don't know much about you. You're in some way. What do you do in music?
Well, like you, I am a solo artist, and if you heard the beginning of the show or have heard the entry theme song to the show at any point, that is me doing my own particular brand of industrial rock music. Everything's electronically synthesized from various samples I've gathered and things of that nature. I've been doing that since 1999. Had a cat just jump on my lap with his claws, so I'm going to try not to shout. Cats are restless. Since 1999, I have 14 albums out and about, floating in cyberspace right now. Some of them have physical copies, some of them don't. I do a mix of straight-up electronica kind of dancey stuff, harsh kind of industrial things, and also ambient background soundscapes like you might hear in some creepy kind of thriller movie. And beyond that, I am currently on hiatus in that regard because I am deep in the raising of a toddler.
Yeah, and you mentioned you had a daughter. Now, how old is your daughter?
She's going to be 2 in October, so it's very, very close. I already call her a 2-year-old because she already has the attitude of a 2-year-old.
Okay, yeah, well, congratulations, first of all. Yeah, the kids are great. I'm sure you're enjoying her. And that's a great thing that you're doing is to spend time with her as opposed to maybe pursuing the music, pulling back a little bit, hiatus, and enjoying it. You only go around once. You're only going to be 2 years old one time. And
that's right.
So many wonderful things that she's going to do and the experiences you're going to give her. That's great for you. And your music sounds really interesting, really creative, really creative. I guess that's the best word I can just imagine.
Yeah, it's very much kind of a niche thing, so it's not everybody's kind of cup of tea, but it's been fun to do. What I'm doing now, actually, in my spare time, because I can't completely give up music even while I'm raising my little girl, because I'd probably go nuts if I didn't do something. But I'm working on a new soundscape kind of project that's recorded from all natural sounds, like field recordings, just like traffic and birds and various things I just hear just placing a microphone and walking around outdoors, arranged electronically into a vague sense of musicality. So it's kind of new territory because none of the sounds are going to be synthesized. They're going to be kind of stretched and pulled apart and played around with electronically, but everything's going to be an original sound, analog, so to speak. And I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go. I just kind of hit upon the idea, and I'm going to let it grow on its own and let it kind of take its own really life and spin and see what happens.
Wow, that's great. I mean, that sounds like fun and totally interesting. The all-natural sounds, and I can just imagine, taking even anything, a baby crying and slowing it down, could just be phenomenal. And the way you could put it all together, multi-track it together, you could come up with something. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's kind of something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I just never had the really inclination or the music confidence to get right, and I think now is probably the time for it. So I'll be posting links to that all over Facebook as soon as I have something worth posting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Marjorie's thought an idea for you to do some electronic nursery rhymes, do some children's music.
Oh yeah, that's a possibility too. I've toyed with the idea of turning some of my my daughter's favorite cartoon theme songs into kind of rock songs just for fun for her to listen to. I'm not sure how much effort and work that would entail yet, so I haven't tried it, but it'd definitely be something interesting. It's, like I said, an idea I've toyed with.
Cool.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over to Shells now. Shells, what made you come up with the idea of let's talk about the music? What drove you to this program?
Insanity. This was actually a 15-year project that I actually put on hold. I was a disc jockey since I was 16 years old, from high school up to college. And I went all the way out to Blackstone, Virginia to start this show up, and the producer gave me the idea of talking to local music there in Virginia. But the show did not go through, so I came home, licked my wounds, went back to school here in Tacoma. And just about 3 years ago, I started thinking, hey, I should bring this show back. But I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I heard about podcasts. A friend of mine used to do a podcast who got me involved with it. And then a friend of mine who we're slowly repairing our friendship. He has a photo album on his Facebook called It's All About Music, or All About Music. He takes photos of everywhere in the United States right now where he actually takes pictures of what is music for art, and so the file is All About Music. So that's where I got the idea, let's talk about the music.
Oh.
And then the controversial part of it came from the band that he works with called Black Pussy here in Portland, Oregon. They have been made fun of, poke prod, and all that stuff for people who are only seeing the name and not listening to the music. And so since they've been getting picked on, and I got to talk to some of the two of the musicians before they're on their last tour for the season. They just left California, so you just missed them. They'll be back later on next year. But they having a hard time getting their message across to people who wants to hate them. Well, it's the way people are anyway. They're going to hate them regardless what you try to do. But I want to be able to be a voice for musicians who are having a hard time getting their voice heard. And that's where the show came from.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, there's a ton of musicians out there that are doing great things, and it is hard to get things out.
Yeah. And that's where Yeah, that's where I want to be your guys' voice, especially the independent musicians, where they don't really get their voice heard because they're independent musicians. They get drowned out